Hello everybody, my name is Joshua and I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of Coffee, Cats, and King, where we will discuss books, both new and old. I will share with you pictures of my cats, will make you wish they were your cats, and I will drink enough coffee for me and everybody watching. Now, in honor of my wife, because I'm already missing her on her trip, I am using her Florida mug. Now, what's interesting about this is there's no mosquito on there, and I feel like you cannot accurately represent Florida without massive blood-sucking mosquitoes. But it's just my opinion. You guys have seen this shirt before. It's one of my favorite shirts that I own, my Scarecrow shirt, and that is of course in honor of Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you that celebrate Thanksgiving. To those of you that don't, just eat an extra sandwich today and it's pretty much the same thing. I am here today with a book haul, just like I said I was going to be. Now, quick rant here. I should have had one other book to show off in this. Really cool book that I was very excited about, that I don't know if I'm going to get now because we have lived in this house for 1.5 years, and in that time, consistently, about once a week, once every other week, somewhere in between there, we get our mail mixed up with the next door neighbors. We get it mixed up with some people that live a couple streets down from us for some reason, or our stuff just gets sent somewhere else that it is never found. So this has happened just over and over and over and over again, very consistently through the entire time we have lived in this house. And the last victim of that is, of course, this last book I'm talking about that I was so excited to show you guys. And I'm not going to be able to now because I don't know where it went. I've already checked with a neighbor a couple streets down. I've checked with the next door neighbor. Neither of them have it. So I don't know what's happened to it. All I know is, again, we're moving in about a month, and I could not be happier about it. Not just because of the house, not just because of the neighbors, but also because of the mailman. So hopefully when we move, we will get a mailman who is at least decently competent. And I know I'm being a little rough on the guy. It is Thanksgiving, so I am thankful that in a month I will have a new mailman. There you go. So, rant's over. Let's get into the book haul. I'm starting with this book because I've actually had this one for a little while, and I don't know if it made it into my last haul or not. I think it was in that weird in-between space where I just never got to show it off, so I'm going to show it off this time. This is Tony Richards with Shadows and Other Tales. It's got a really neat cover, of course. And obviously, surprise, surprise, it's short stories. Now, Tony Richards, I don't think I'm familiar with him. Maybe I've read some stories from him in the past in various, magazines or collections or something, but I don't recognize the name right away. It's kind of vaguely familiar, I guess. But I don't know if anyone has read this or read Tony Richards. Let me know. Give me an idea of what I'm getting into. But hopefully this awesome cover does not disappoint me. Now, I'm showing this one next because I just started this one last night. This was a recent eBay find. This is The Brain Drips Yellow by Burn Moore, an invocation of madness. And what's really cool about this, so he has stamped it with his wax stamp and signed it. It says, "Thank you for your support and for being one of my very first readers. Enjoy the madness. Burn Moore. Question everything." So, really excited about this. I'm only 30 pages in, so I just started it. But I gotta be honest, the first 15 pages, I thought that I might end up setting it down. But I'm kind of starting to enjoy it. And I don't know how it happened, but I seem to be on a little bit of a mental health kick in regards to my literature. I just finished Arcadia Project, which was about a main character with borderline personality disorder, and in fact all of the characters had some sort of mental illness that they were battling, and now I'm in one where a man is kind of slowly losing his mind and does not realize it while everyone else around him does. So, sounds interesting. Goodreads, there's only like 2 reviews on it, so I didn't have a lot to go on, and I was kind of just excited to read it and tell you guys what I think. So the rest of these books are in no particular order. I just have this this box sitting here, and I'm just going to grab out of it and see what happens. The rest of these all actually came from a Goodwill haul. So yeah, let's see what we got. First book up is an Orson Scott card, but it is not his normal science fiction. This is Sarah from his Women of Genesis collection, series, if you will. So Orson Scott Card ended up taking this interesting approach, taking all the women of the Bible who really don't have a lot told about them and creating entire books on their backstories and their side of the story. So I thought it was really interesting, and I've been meaning to pick one up just to see what he does. I'm very curious because obviously Orson Scott Card, he writes some really great science fiction, so I want to see how he tackles religion. Alright, next up we have Robert Cormier with The Bumblebee Flies Anyway. Now, I picked this up pretty much solely on the title and off of a vague recollection that I believe this is the man who wrote The Chocolate War, which I very much enjoyed as a youngster. And the synopsis on the back, I know that some of you guys really don't like when people read synopsis off the back, but I'm going to read this one because I don't know what to expect from this book, and even the synopsis just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it intrigues me. It says 16-year-old Barney can't remember life before the complex, an experimental clinic. He knows he's different, he's the control subject. Then he uncovers a terrible secret about himself, a secret that drives him to fulfill his and his fellow subjects' ultimate dream. The bumblebee must fly. What the heck that means, I don't know, but it intrigued me, so we'll give it a shot. Okay. I was really excited about this one. This is Joe Moore with Return of the Birds. Really neat cover. Love that. So this is, of course, following those old trashy horror movies that were about, giant monsters and invading creatures and all that, and so it kind of follows that in regards to birds. And again, this was another one I found there that was signed by the author, so that is really cool. I love this kind of stuff, and I haven't read a creature feature book in a while, so I am very much looking forward to Return of the Birds. Okay. This one is a little out of my wheelhouse, but the cover was really cool. I love the graphic style of it, and again, it just intrigued me. I know it's not my normal read, but I feel like I'm really going to enjoy this. This is What I Leave Behind by Allison McGee. And again, another one, I'm just going to read the back. I know, it's lazy, whatever. Here are the places Will won't go. The bridge on 4th Street, his friend Playa's house, the store with the shelves of 100 Chinese blessings. They're reminders of moments in Will's life he'd rather leave behind. A moment when a yes or no question was life or death. A moment when leaving a party meant letting down a friend in the worst way. A moment before it all went wrong. So, Will walks away. Away from the places filled with sad memories. But when the universe puts unexpected detours in his path, Will decides to start walking toward them instead. So, again, another teen book, and not at all what I would normally read, but something about it, just the cover caught my eye, and the synopsis, again, it almost has a mental health kind of feel to it, and for some reason I'm in that kind of mood right now where that's the kind of book I want to read. So we'll see what happens with it. If any of you guys have read it or you've read anything else by Miss Allison, then let me know. This is Lucretias Song, Dreams of the Ringed Veil. Again, don't know anything about the author. Didn't really need any more fantasy because I actually have a fairly large backlog of fantasy to read already. I thought it was something that maybe I could read and then my sister could read. We could kind of compare notes, you know. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with it. I had to pick this up. This is Carolyn B. Cooney with Out of Time. Crud. And I'm realizing, based off the back, because you gotta read the backs, guys, it says this is the companion to Both Sides of Time. And I have not read Both Sides of Time, so I guess I'll have to find out if I can read this without reading Both Sides of Time, or if I will have to wait. Yeah. Great cover. Great cover. This is B.L. Wilson with Thrill Kill. And the cover reads, "If he wants you, you're his. To the death." I don't know who B.L. Wilson is, but says she's his kind of woman, pretty, vulnerable, alone, where no one can hear her screams. So she's a masseuse. A man evidently kind of falls for her, starts stalking her, and ultimately wants to get his hands on her. So, it's probably going to be cheesy, but with that cover, I couldn't help but pick it up. Okay, this is another teen that I had never heard of. This is E.M. Goldman with The Night Room. And the cover is just really bizarre, honestly. I don't know what the heck they were going for here. So this is about 6 kids, 6 teens, who are picked for a program called the Argus program, where they're hooked up to this computer simulation thing, and it is supposed to project them and show them what their 10th high school reunion will be like. Well, they get there and they realize that none of them have become the people that they anticipated being. Most of them now harbor some rather dark secrets, and one of them actually doesn't make it at all, because the Argus program says that she has died somewhere between then and now, murdered, in fact, potentially by one of the other 5. So, again, never heard of the author, never heard of the book. Had a really weird cover that just caught my eye, and it sounds great, honestly. So, again, anyone who knows anything about it, let me know. All right, this next one, the author's name is not even on the cover. Okay, Kate Chester with Hear No Evil. And evidently this is part of a series. This is a Sarah Howell mystery. Sarah Howell is smart, savvy, beautiful, and deaf. Sarah thinks Kimberly Roth has it all. Money, brains, looks. But Kimberly has a problem. A big problem. She's missing. Dun dun dun! The Radley Police Department thinks she just wants to be noticed. The threatening ransom notes aren't enough to convince them that this isn't just another one of Kimberly's desperate cries for attention. But Sarah won't dismiss her friend's disappearance so easily. Soon she's on a frantic search for anything that might give her a hint to Kim's whereabouts. Is Sarah right, or is she just walking head-on into danger? So, we have a protagonist with a disability, but it sounds like she is not in any way going to let that get in her way. And I think I have a couple more that are, like that teen and young adult and that. Somewhere in here, but I don't know. We'll just see what we find. Okay, so we all know and love the collections like Goosebumps and that, and some of us, those of us who are really into it, we know some of the other sort of knockoff collections, or the people that just didn't get as popular, like the Shivers. Now you have the new ones coming out, Creepover, Frightville, that sort of thing. Well, this is one that I'd never heard of. This is from the collection Strange Matter. And this is Frozen Dinners. Snowstorm traps a kid in his uncle's cabin where the uncle goes missing. The kids are trapped there, and there's some sort of awful entity outside harassing them and trying to get in. Again, I had to pick this up because it's from the same time, I believe, as, you know, Goosebumps and Shivers and Fear Street and all that. Yeah, 1995, but I've never heard of the Strange Matter series, and this is book 8. So, kind of want to give it a read, see how the author does, and maybe pick some up. I feel like my best bet in knowing anything about those will be Mr. Cameron Chaney. So, Cameron, if you know anything about the Strange Matter series, let me know in the comments. Appreciate it. All right. Joe R. Lansdale is an excellent author for those of you that have not read his work. The man is just great. His work, some of it is just straight horror, honestly. He writes westerns, he writes these drama pieces, historical pieces. He's one of those authors that's just very talented no matter where he goes, kind of like the late Jack Ketchum. But this is one that I read from him a long time ago, and I don't have a copy anymore, so I'm very excited to get one. This is Joe R. Lansdale with The Bottoms. And I'm not going to talk as much about the book itself, other than to say that this is a small town kind of murder mystery drama centered around the local legend of the Goat Man. So, it's a little bit horror, a little bit mystery, a little bit drama, and a whole lot of awesome. Those of you that are not familiar with Joe R. Lansdale, check out his work, and if one thing doesn't work for you, do yourself a favor and pick something else up, because the man is just all over the place, very diverse in his writing, and he is really excellent once you get it rolling into whatever novel or story you're reading. All right. Oh man. Okay. I said that this was Goodwill, but I actually do have a couple in here that are eBay, and this is one that I found. I've never heard of. I couldn't find any information about it, but the cover is just so friggin' awesome. I had to have it. This is Christine Gentry with When Spirits Walk, and it's just so ridiculous and wonderful that I had to laugh. So I couldn't really find much on Goodreads about this, but I'm going to read the back again. Guys, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but it's what I do, you know. I don't come prepared for these videos, honestly. I just grab my stuff and I wing it. So, When Spirits Walk. The number of gruesome incidents occurring in the vicinity seemed to be accelerating at frightening speed. A ton of adversity had descended on the territory. A wake of shattered bodies had left a bloody trail. There was not only visions of what had happened, but also what was about to happen. Something or somebody has killed a lot of people within a week. A rational man could not explain what he's seen. A man was found dead, gutted like a fish and stuffed with corn. Oh my. Are there really spirits involved, or does someone want us to believe that to throw us off the trail? No one is going to volunteer useful information if they think witches are behind all of this. Maybe it is some supernatural spirit, because frankly there is no one who could get a mule to eat human hands or have a man wind up dead atop an electric pole. You won't sleep much until you discover the answer. Holy crap. Alright, so I picked this up off of eBay solely based off of the cover, like I said, because that cover just makes me so happy. But now I read the back, and this is going to be so awful and fantastic. And man, I'm just not going to stop smiling the rest of the day. It's Thanksgiving, and I am thankful that I found this book. If any of you guys have read this, please let me know. I feel like it's either going to be some of the best B horror that I've ever read, or it is going to be in the realm of Panzer Spirit, and I'm going to be left a shattered, broken man. But I'm willing to take the chance either way. So, let's move on with this, because this is going to be a really long video, guys. Alright, this is one of the Sweet Valley High books. Now, I see these on Cameron's channel a lot, and I have never read a Sweet Valley High book. I don't know what to expect, but apparently there's a ton of them, because this is number 106 with Beware the Wolfman. Which, I mean, it's got an awesome cover. I love the step back art, but I don't know anything about these books, honestly. I see Cameron hauling them all the time, but I don't know a thing about them. I don't know what to expect, and I don't want to know what to expect. I'm just going to jump in and see how it goes, honestly. So, yeah, I'll share that with you guys at some point. Okay. This is one I owned a long time ago, and for some reason I got rid of it, and I regretted getting rid of it because it's a really hard book to find, and it's a pretty solid collection. This is an anthology edited by Isaac Asimov. This is the 12 Frights of Christmas. And again, I have read this before. It's older stories, H.P. Lovecraft, H.G. Wells, Arthur Clarke, Robert Louis Stevenson, etc., with some slightly newer ones, newer for the time it came out anyway. But it's a pretty solid collection. I love holiday themed anthologies. So I don't know why I got rid of this in the first place, but I'm really glad that I was able to find another copy, and it's in perfect condition. So that's, just a bonus. All right. I need to move this thing along, because otherwise you guys would be watching like a 30-minute video, and, well, I don't know, you might just be watching a 30-minute video. Alright, this is Brooks Stanwood with The Seventh Child. It's got another step back art. I can open it up there. Ooh, alright. Got some creepy doll action going on, guys. An elite group selected with infinite care, they came in response to offers they couldn't refuse, salaries beyond their wildest hopes, jobs that demanded their unique talents and skills, dream houses, idyllic lives for themselves and their children in a perfectly beautiful village in the Berkshires. Hal and Judy Richardson could have been lured east from LA by a lot less. Ripton Falls, Massachusetts was everything they ever wanted. Given the chance of a lifetime, they could hardly believe their luck. They never dreamed it could hinge on Annie, little Annie who completed the big picture. Beautiful Annie, image of evil, 9-year-old Annie who would unleash the centuries-old nightmare that awaited the seventh child. Sounds fantastic. I love it already. I'm really excited to get into it. And I hope that the step-back cover is truthful and we get some creepy dolls in there. I hate when they lie, Okay. This one is much more in the realm of the sort of thing that I see on Regina's channel over at Regina's Haunted Library. This is R.E. Hayes with Nightmare Island. It's got a classic kind of gothic cover, and it says right on the top, an easy to read gothic. So we all know what to expect from these. I haven't read just a straight gothic horror romance in a long time, so we'll see how it goes. Here we have Stephen Smoke with Deliver Us from Evil. This is a terrifying novel of murder and madness. Thou shalt not kill, and kill, and kill. So, I think I know what we're getting with this. Yeah, Preacher and Destroyer, Lover and Killer. So, it's probably going to be your classic, evil, satanic worship, human sacrifice, etc., etc. It's probably going to be bad. I don't know. We'll give it a shot. It's got a nice cover, though. It does not, however, beat the cover for this one. This is Jay Davis and Don Davis with Bring On the Night. Great on the front, and then, oh yeah, awesome, awesome. The Hunter and the Hunted. A serial killer is stalking the nighttime streets of Chicago. He leaves his victims with their throats torn out and their bodies completely drained of blood. He's killed dozens. His first two victims were cops. Detective Dennis Coughlin is desperate to catch him before he kills again. But is this murderer just a vicious maniac, or is he something else entirely? Something far beyond the power of the law and police routine? The sun will set in blood, and the night will come for many more before this killer is stopped for good. Awesome. Alright, I gotta move this thing along, guys. I know. This is short stories. This is Ask the Bones. Scary stories from around the world. So, I'm not going to talk about it much. It's got a great cover. It's clearly meant for younger folks, but I'm really excited about it. To go along with that, we have even more Short and Shivery, and this one has a really awesome cover. I love that. Kitty, kitty. So, another Scholastic collection there. I'm sure it's going to be great. This I know is going to be great because it's Mary Downing Hahn. This is Deep and Dark and Dangerous. I feel like I might have read that one a long time ago, but with a different cover. I don't know, I could be wrong. Let's move it along because I got a couple more in here to show you that I'm really excited about. Alright, this is R.L. Stine with Dangerous Girls. And this actually looks, I mean, this is definitely not kids. I don't know if this is teen or if this is one of his adult reads, but I haven't actually heard of it. So, I don't know, maybe it just slipped by the radar, or maybe there's a reason that I haven't heard of it, because I have been told that R.L. Stine's attempts at writing horror for adults kind of just falls flat. Alright, 3 more to go, guys. I'm not going to talk about this one. This just came in one of the eBay lots that I bought. I don't know why. It's a Star Trek book. I don't know the first thing about Star Trek, guys. Michael, I'm sorry. I just never got into it. I've never given it a chance, though, so if I should, I guess let me know. I don't know, but I've never tried it. This one, though, really excited about. This is another J.N. Williamson with Dead to the World. Another one of those classic paperbacks from hell covers. If you look closely, they are all around. The hooded jogger who rattles past you without seeming to touch the ground. The young housewife whose soulless eyes burn through you. The businessman whose pearly smile hides a breath reeking of the grave. Outwardly they seem normal, perhaps too normal. But each and every one is infected with evil and dead to the world. Awesome. Alright, now I did pick this one for last because this is the one that I think I'm most excited about above all of these. The cover is freaking fantastic. I love it. I'm really hoping that the book lives up to it. That is Joseph Helgerson with Horns and Wrinkles. The back cover is even better. Man, I love it. I'm actually a big fan of the artist who made the cover art. My sister and I both are. She has some artwork in her room from her, and yeah, but anyway, the book itself says, how can you tell if a river is under a spell? River trolls, rock trolls, blue-winged fairies, the usual suspects. The stretch of the Mississippi where Claire lives has rumors of them all, not that she's ever spotted any. But then Claire's cousin Duke takes a swim and sprouts a horn, a long, pointy, handsome thing. After that, Claire doesn't have much choice but to believe that something rivery is going on, especially since she's the only one who can help Duke lose his new addition. In the tradition of grand river adventures, Joseph Helgerson's tale is as twisty and unpredictable as the Mississippi River itself, while an unusual cast of characters adds pepper to the pot. Readers of all ages will enjoy getting in and out of trouble with Claire and Duke in this nimble, sharp, and funny fantasy. I'm very much looking forward to this one. This is probably going to be the book that I pick up after I finish The Brain Drips Yellow. So, that, at last, is the final book of this haul. And there was actually quite a bit more there than I thought. So, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about any of these books or want to give me a heads up about any of them, talk about them, please comment down below. I will get back to you. And I want to thank you for joining me as always. I'm not going to have cat footage in this one because it's already super long, but I will have cat footage in the next one, which honestly I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm just going to wing it like always, so we'll see how it goes. But you will see me again in the next couple of days. Alright, I'm going to end it here, guys, before I keep rambling on. Have a great day. Have a happy Thanksgiving if you are in a part of the world that celebrates Thanksgiving. And if not, then just have a great day. Have an awesome weekend coming up. And stay safe, guys. Drink lots of coffee. Cheers.